Well, folks, we are back out on the canal again, only this time we're in a completely different spot. I fished here once or twice last year, and it was actually pretty overgrown, but honestly, it looks like they just trimmed everything here, because they've got a couple of construction pieces of equipment here parked, and a couple more behind me as well. And I don't know, it's kind of a really nice spot right now, and there's a little bit to explore. We might go take a look later at some spices. That looks like a cool place to toss something down there, because there's actually a way to get over there where the spillway is. There's a way to walk out on that, and also down the way further where this water goes, the little creek that's down there is accessible as well. So might try that, but I want to stick to the canal side for right now, because I've always known this spot to have carp and catfish, so we're gonna give that a try first. No way. Woo! Was not expecting that. Oh, wow. All right, buddy, calm down. Well, it's a success. Look at that. At first, I didn't think I had anything on. He was so small. I don't know, it was 7 or 8 inches, something like that. But, you know, he bit on the Rapala DT10, so that's something. We've officially caught a fish at this spot this year, so that's pretty exciting. All right, let's get this little guy back in. So there's fish down there. That's a real good sign. Maybe we'll end up with another. Yeah, this Rapala DT10 actually has gotten me more luck this year. I didn't have my camera rolling at the time, but I actually caught a really awesome drumfish. I caught it over at Mays Point. That was probably about a month or so ago, maybe a little bit longer. And it was the biggest drumfish I've ever caught, and one of the bigger ones I've actually ever seen. So that was really exciting. I'll actually post a picture of that right here, because it didn't make it into any other video. So yeah, this is the Rapala DT10, and seems to catch a variety of fish. This is that really hot color that's actually caught a number of fish so far this year, in different size lures. We caught several perch on it too, in this same pattern right here. Got the red on the bottom with that dark metallic green on the top. So it seems to be what they're liking right now. This pole right here, this setup was definitely my best investment for the year, I think. It's the most well-balanced setup I got, I think, for everything. It's a little bit overpowered as far as the reel goes, but you know, I don't mind being overpowered on things, especially if I have a chance of catching like a drum or something like that, or you know, 5+ pound bass. So this is the Fenwick HMG casting rod, 7 foot, and it's the medium heavy. And then I've got the Abu Garcia Revo SX fishing reel on here, the bait caster, and I love this thing so much. It is so smooth, and it's definitely the finest piece of equipment that I got. I've got 14-pound monofilament on it right now. I've been thinking about switching it up to 17-pound, and specifically using this setup to throw slightly larger lures. Maybe even putting it up to 20, because honestly this reel is meant for it. I think I just saw a turtle go down there. I saw something move in the depths right here. Got to keep an eye out for that. See, this waterway is pretty cool. I just don't know what can be in here because it's super shallow. But over here, it looks a lot deeper just right there. So I don't know. This all looks like ivy. I think I just stepped right through some. As cool as this looks, this whole place I think is covered in ivy. We don't want to play around with that. There's probably some big fish just sitting right there. Right in the deep spot right here where everything comes out. I think if I had a longer net, I'd try for it. I'm just worried about the length of this dang thing. Ugh. Well, I think that's about it for taking a chance on the spots. We're going right now to the only spot that has produced more fish for us all season on the canal than any other. Caught rock bass and smallmouth under this tree, and I hooked onto like a 17-inch largemouth on my ultralight setup, and I was probably honestly lucky he spit the lure out, because I think I probably would have lost it. There we go. The tree produces again. Oh, that is wild. Guys, see that? That is a decent fish. That is crazy. I was just about to call it after that cast too. That's a nice little bass. I don't know, he's probably about 10 or 11 inches, but he's got some girth on him. He's definitely starting to stock up for the winter there. All right, buddy, we're gonna get you back in. That might be the last bass of the year, who knows? But we got him on the ultralight with 6-pound test, didn't break us off. That's pretty cool. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting that. Honestly, I was expecting maybe to get a smallmouth on my pole that's got the swim bait on it, but I didn't expect to get another largemouth on the ultralight. Apparently they actually really like that color, so I'm gonna try a couple more casts. Actually, the weather got a little bit better, so we're gonna see if there's any more hiding over there. I saw a school of bass that big and larger when I was fishing over near Holly, New York. That must have numbered 50, somewhere between 50 and 100 fish. So there could be a whole school out there. We're gonna try the back side of the tree first. That something hit it twice. I saw it move to the side in the water. I'm gonna do my best to keep up the fishing as the weather keeps getting colder. There's gonna be a lot of times when A, I'm just not feeling like going out on a freezing cold day, and B, there's gonna be times when the water's frozen over in the places where I am able to fish. There is a downed limb in the water I see that I'm dragging this bait right past. So either I'm gonna hook onto it and we're gonna lose the lure, or there'll be a higher chance for there to be fish over there. All right, another day back out on the canal, and the first thing I see the second I get here is a giant drumfish in the water in front of me. Now, the chance of us hooking into something like that in the canal, I'd say is almost entirely zero. I seem to get drumfish just about everywhere else except where they seem to be the most. But who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. I actually have 4 poles with me today. I don't know why I'm bringing so much stuff, but I wanted to have a bit of a variety. The wind's pretty bad, but it shouldn't rain, and it is a little bit warmer out than the last time we were here. So I've been rewatching some of my footage from Cayuga Lake, and I think what I've come up with is that this pole is part of the reason why I've been having issues with landing some of my fish. I think it's too heavy for what I'm doing. I think I need something that's a little bit lighter as a spinning rod. I think this pole is just way too heavy duty. I'm going to keep this pole, I think, for topwater purposes next year, and I'm going to get something a little bit better for spinning, because the reel seems to be perfect, because I'm having tons of fish strike the lure, so I'm obviously bringing them in at the correct rate. But I think I need something a little bit different that'll help me keep the hook set better. The weather's not bad as long as the wind doesn't kick up. The temperature is in the 50s, and I can handle that just fine. It's when it's in the 40s and raining, that's when it starts to get a little crazy. I'm not saying I'm not going to fish in that weather. I will, but it takes a lot more to get me motivated to go out and do it. My plan is still to be fishing in the 30s during the winter, whenever there's nice days and the water ain't frozen over. Oh, got him. Yes! Still bass in the canal, guys. Still bass in the canal. Still in the canal, and they love that crankbait. That's the crankbait I've caught a number of bass on last year. So that's not too big of a bass, but that is a very fun size for a small crankbait out of the canal. So that's pretty cool. That's what we like to see. All right, buddy, let's get you back in. Off he goes. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite pole that I own right now. This thing's perfect, even for that little bass. I didn't have any feeling like I was going to have an issue with losing him from not having enough tension. The pole bends just fine even for the little ones, and is definitely strong enough for the bigger fish. We caught that, you know, 3+ pound bass over at the Thousand Islands with this pole, and it was definitely not overtaxing that. I mean, the reel is meant for huge fish. This reel could probably be used to catch, you know, mid-sized northern pike, if not small muskie as well. The reel's got, I think, either 24 or 25 pounds of drag, so that's definitely stronger than the pole itself. But the pole is a medium heavy Fenwick HMG, and I think it's going to handle a lot that we throw at it. Not a bad cast with that 50-pound braid on here. I made the decision to step up the 50-pound braid. I ended up losing a couple of lures, so I ended up going up in line weight. So far, I haven't had any issues with backlashing either. It's been a lot easier to control the line since I made that jump from 30-pound test up to 50. Now, whether the fish are still going to react the same way, I don't know. I haven't caught a fish on it yet. And we're sadly all done with Cayuga Lake for the year. I put the kayak away already, and we're going to have to bring that out next year. I'm hoping they do even more trips next year. I took 11 trips in the kayak this year, and for being my first year back kayak fishing and not having endless time to be able to go out, I felt like I did pretty good. I definitely got some use out of it, and I figured out what I need to do better for next year. There's things I could have done, like, I mean, there's days where I probably still could have gone out as of a couple weeks ago, but it's just getting to the point where I need to fix the hassle that is my setup right now. There's a few things I want to do that are going to cut down the setup time, because right now the setup time is what's barring me from kayaking much more often. Hey folks, today we are back out on the wide water. Not sure how many more times we're going to get to come out here and fish. We actually have a really nice day today. It's around 60 degrees out. Not really any chance of it raining. So we're definitely taking advantage of it. The birds are taking advantage of it. They are going absolutely crazy over there in the cattails. And yeah, we're going to be enjoying one of the last wide water fishing days, definitely of the year, because they're going to be draining the canal in another couple of weeks. And then that'll be it for fishing close to home. But I wanted to give this spot one more chance. Honestly, this year, overall, it's been a little disappointing. We have caught a few decent fish here. We caught like a 16.5-inch smallmouth. We caught a very small pike. Caught a couple other smallmouth. So we have gotten a few things from this particular wide water, but for the amount of times I've fished here, honestly, it hasn't produced like I was hoping. And I'm not quite sure why that is. I actually thought to bring my ultralight pole today. I wanted to see if there was any rock bass hiding out in here. And honestly, I don't think there is, at least as many, because I've never seen a rock bass in this wide water, let alone caught any. But I thought I would try and draw something out if it was in there. I'm definitely not worried about using the braid in these conditions. I mean, this water is not clear. At the most, you got 2 feet of visibility for most things. I mean, you can see this maybe out to 3. But, I mean, it's pretty bright color. Something jumped out there. That was a sizable fish. It just jumped right out there. Got him. Hey. Wow, buddy. You went for it. Well, maybe not quite the size we were hoping, but heck, it's a fish. Hey. There you go. Oh, he wanted some action. He's about 7 inches. Nice gut on him, though. All right, let's get him back in. Heck, if there's a whole school of them, I'd be happy with that. Get a half dozen of them. I'm not too picky when it comes to what fish I catch. Honestly, especially this late in the season. Just getting something when you're out there on a lure, you know, so it's not like I'm using worms or something like that. I convinced the fish to bite an artificial lure setup. So that's still fun. Well, folks, this spot may be a little bit noisy, but at least it's somewhere different to try out here on the canal. I've fished here, I think, only once this year, and I don't think that made it into a video. I just walked along here a little earlier just to see if there was any decent spots to put in, and there's a couple spots, so we're gonna give it a go. The water clarity here is insane. Complete visibility down to the bottom, out pretty far. So I have no idea if a spinnerbait, a bright spinnerbait, is what we want to use today. But I'm putting it on for the heck of it. We're gonna also have a crankbait on here pretty soon. I know it's late in the season, but I'm still trying to experiment with a few spots while I can. Trying to get a feel for what areas are like at certain times of the year. I didn't even see the blue heron sitting there. That's crazy. If I ever never caught a drumfish on this, it's pretty much a lost cause, I think. I don't think there would be any way to bring in a drumfish on this setup. I mean, a rock bass bends this pole in half. I would be worried about a drumfish breaking the pole itself. I'd have to let the fish spool me just to probably save the structural integrity of the pole. Oh! Oh, I was wondering what was up. We had a fish on. Hey, hey. That is a fat smallmouth. Holy cow, that is some real girth, guys. Look at that. That's a fat little fish. That's not bad. That's close to a foot. All right, let's get him back in the water. He went through enough. Yeah. All right, I believe he swam off just fine. Yep, he's gone. Good. Sam. Got him. Wow, little largy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Now that's an appropriate ultralight fish. We got him in pretty easy. Oh geez. Hey, at least we got something today. What the heck? I'll take it. I'll take it this late in the season. All right, buddy. There you go. That was pretty cool. I actually saw him come up and take it too. He followed it for a little bit, then grabbed it. I'm hoping he was part of a school. What? Oh! Oh! Dang it. was a decent hit on the either the hot dog or the marshmallows. We're gonna leave it for just another minute, and then we're gonna have to check it. I'm sticking with this color because this is the one we've been catching all the bigger fish on. I know that last little guy we caught definitely did not qualify as that, but we caught like a 10-11 inch largemouth on this. I caught several decent smallmouth on it a little earlier in the year. I'm pretty sure the picture is nearly pitch black right now, but I wanted to try and see if we can get some catfish here at night. If I hooked a catfish on the ultralight, I have no idea what I would do. Well, I do know what I would do. I would probably hold on for dear life and see what he did with it, and then just let him spool me. That's about all you can do. Hello, folks. We're back out at the canal again, and I think today might actually be our last day out here for the year, because tomorrow I'm going to be going to the local creek again and trying that instead, because it's just going to be more convenient for where I'm going to be for the day. Today, though, we got a similar setup, except I wanted to try one of these because of the season. Now, we already know that catfish and carp like sugar. Let's see how much they really like sugar. Now, also, I might lose this in the cast. I don't know how secure this is. It's probably going to be gone. But I'm going to give it a nice, easy toss. And we'll see if they like it. See if it stays on at all. All right, folks, I think that does it for the canal this year. We've been out here at least several dozen times over the course of the summer and through the fall, and we've caught a few nice fish. Lately, we've been catching mostly smaller things, but we did have one last nice bass there. It's actually over near that bridge. We caught that nice smallmouth, and sadly, the last fish out of the canal this year looks like it's going to be that little 6-inch largemouth. But at least it was a fish, and we got it. Honestly, nothing going on here today. It's kind of hard to fish with all the leaves like they are. I've been trying to stay with things that only have one hook. That's made it a little bit easier, and I've been trying to let everything sink. But we still just have not been having any luck. But what can you do? That's fishing, you know? But I want to thank you all for coming on this adventure with me along the canal this year. And we're going to be trying to move to a few new spots now that it's going to be getting towards the late fall and into the winter months. And hopefully we'll still see quite a bit of fishing action. But at any rate, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all take care.